welcome back and thank you for stopping in. The time has finally come to set aside the wrenches and hop on the saddle of this 2003 KTM 250SX frame-up rebuild. Like many of my projects, they all seem to begin on Facebook Marketplace and kinda go from there. This bike certainly needs to be rescued, which is perfect because I am a magnet for broken machines. But enough is enough. Let's dive deeper into its story, starting from wrenches to riding. This was a bike that was once ridden by the legendary supercross rider Jeremy McGrath. However, McGrath was not a big fan of the bike and mentioned how the handling left little to desire. But what do I know about professional riding? After all, I'm just a guy who likes to tinker in his garage. So maybe this KTM wasn't the best race bike out there, which is fine for me because really it's just going to turn into that spare bike to use for when family and friends come out to visit. I'm not going to bore you with every little detail that I put into the bike. I will say I did a new top end, I did new gaskets and seals on the engine, I did new sprockets, chain, I did new plastics and graphics along with some swing arm bearings. All I can say is this bike really did turn out great and I just love the way this thing rides. It would be impossible not to mention the power delivery on this bike. In comparison to my 2024 GasGas EC300, they both boast an impressive 49 horsepower. That is insane for a bike that's about 20 years older. Not only does it feel faster than the GasGas, but the power comes on much more abruptly and in some situations makes it difficult to ride. However, I'm still all smiles on this KTM and enjoy the power of all 49 scalded apes that are packed in this thing. Now we really get to put this bike through its paces as we enter the mouth of this mini slot canyon. A gradual uphill met with narrow twists, turns, and loose gravel. This should be the ideal environment to really feel what this KTM is made of. Now off the bat, this bike has the exact same turning radius of a full-size 2004 Dodge Ram 2500. Now ask me how I know that. This drawback was mainly noticed when attempting to make sharp left turns. As some of you know, they put the CDI box along the left side of the head tube, which is not ideal and restricted some of the turning. Perhaps no biggie for the motocross track, but for the single track, it's not ideal. The gearing I'm running is a 1350, which seems to be a pretty good balance for hauling ass while still being able to play in the slow, tight, and hilly terrain. Though the bike performs well in this area, I'm reminded how much smoother and more capable my EC300 is in comparison. I guess it's not exactly fair because I'm sort of comparing a 5-speed gearbox to a 6-speed, but nonetheless there's a difference and the EC300 is just more at home in this environment. Of course, if it came down to a drag race, I'd put my money on the KTM. Now, there's still one more thing I'd like to cover, which is the suspension. It's not actually terrible as far as I can tell, but I haven't really taken it through anything too rocky and rough. I know it's not as soft as the EC300, but it does seem to do well enough for a PDS suspension. Overall, I like the bike. I just don't like it more than my GasGas, and I think the reasons are obvious. Also, there's just something about the EFI engine and air forks that really enhance the ride in smoothness and comfort. However, if you're just looking to putt around the track, or do a quick haul through some flowing forest roads, I'd say this bike will do quite nicely. Thank you all for joining in, and if you wish, please like, subscribe, and give this a thumbs up. Until next time.